was your day today? I hope you guys have done something interesting today. Yes. If not, that's what I'm here for, right? To make the rest of your day a little bit more interesting. Yes. What we're looking at today are actual CAT questions relating to averages, mixtures, allegation. Yes. We'll be starting with the 2017 CAT paper. We'll be looking at both the slots, slot 1 and slot 2. I hope you guys are excited and also eager to learn. Yes. And you know how I roll, right? I want you guys to let me know that you are eager to learn, which means you'll have to send in the chat. Let me know that yes, I'm ready for today's session and I'm extremely excited for it. Hi, so Anuj, Aju, hi, Girish, hi. Girish, what we'll be doing today are questions from CAT, right? So basically more questions from averages, more questions from mixtures, more questions from allegations as well, but in the order. So 2017, 2018, 2019, that's what we, yeah. Oh, super, great. Hi guys, hi. Hi Vineet, வணக்கம் எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? I guess you don't know any more than that, right? Superb, superb. Hi. आज लगता है it seems like a lot of you guys are a little late today, right? Probably because I didn't send you a reminder. I thought by now you would have set on your alarm, like I said, right? Set an alarm at 6:55 with Amit Surana Unacademy CAT on it. But लगता है आज alarm थोड़ा सा late बजा. Yeah. Hi guys. Hi. Hi Prince. Hi Aju. Hello. Swapnil. Hi man. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing great. I hope you are doing great as well. Prince, thank you, buddy. Thank you. I'm doing great. So, thoda sa excitement batao. Come on, guys. Yes. The usual question I ask: how is the Josh today? Yes. How are you feeling? What is the vibe today? Right? Are you vibing with me? Are you excited to deal with the questions today? Right? What I have for you in the lot, you guys, is actual CAT questions relating to averages, mixtures, and allegations. We'll be answering those questions in detail live. So if you have any questions, any doubts, any confusion, you can very well ask me. Yes, you can ask me to stop and then, I'll help you answer your doubts as well. Yes. Right. So with that note, anyone who's new here, right? Anyone who's new here should know that my name is Amit Surana. I am an aeronautical engineer from Chennai. I have over 5 years of teaching experience, concentrated teaching experience on quantitative aptitude, and I've trained over 2 lakh students achieve what they wanted to achieve. And if you're planning on sharing this on any of your social platforms, social media platforms, do not forget to use hashtag cat live daily. Yes, and I'm actually kind of thinking twice if you guys are sharing this or not. Yes, because I kind of feel that you're trying to be a little selfish, right? This is a place where you have to be selfless, guys. You have to let others know that this is happening without any price, any charge. Just the only spending that you have to do is your time. Yes, just about an hour and a half of your time is what you have to invest on a daily basis to make sure you crack CAT 2020 and get the score that you've been planning on achieving, right? So if you haven't already shared this with your friends, do it right away. Yes, also do not forget to hit like, right? This video is up only for you guys so that you can answer questions more comfortably. You can get more acquainted with the kind of questions that CAT asks, especially with respect to averages, mixtures, and allegations, right? If you haven't already liked this video, go ahead and do that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, yes, you know what to do. I don't have to tell you this on a daily basis, but you know what to do, right? So quick guys, do it right away. And if anyone is wondering, sir, where can I find a place where all the CAT aspirants are, right? Where is the party happening after the sessions, right? So looking for a place like that, all you have to do is download the Telegram app. Yes, download it on your web browser. Simply type in tinyurl.com Unacademy chat. This will directly take you to the group. Yes. So right now we have more than 100 people in the group. Yes, people who've been, aiming to achieve the scores that they have in their mind, right? 90th percentile, 95th percentile, 98th, 99th, 99th, and 99.5. Also, there's a lot of people who want to do that, right? So if you are one of those, then this is the place where you gotta be. Yeah. Also, if you are someone who thinks that no sir, I want a more concentrated learning platform, a more concentrated environment that I can only focus on achieving the score that I want to, and also a platform that's extremely friendly to me, then all you have to do is download an academy's learning app. And when you do so, when you take the subscription of it, if you actually look at the price of the subscription, guys, it does not seem a lot, right? 875 rupees a month actually seems pretty doable, right? I usually say this is pretty cheaper than one of your entertainment portals, right? It's cheap not in the way that in terms only in terms of money, but it's also cheaper in the terms of what is delivered to you, right? And it is actually less expensive compared to other vendors in the market, right? When you do so, as an advantage, as an added advantage, because you are hearing this from me, all you have to do is use the code Surana Live, right? If you use the code Surana Live, yes, it will enable you to, it'll help you to get a discount. At the same time, it will let me know that you're doing this for me, right? Or because of me, or I was the medium of it, right? Any which ways. Yes. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are ready to actually start cracking it, right? Actual CAT questions from 2017 to 2019. What we'll be looking at today are more questions from 17 and 18 with regards to averages, mixtures, and allegations, right? So are you guys ready? Are you guys prepared? Now, anyone who does not know how my actual CAT questions run, yes, all I do is I put up a question on the screen. I give you exactly 90 seconds, right? Now, this time to help you, I also have a timer on the screen, right? So this will keep reminding you how much time you have left. Yes. Every time 30 seconds are up, I'm going to give you a reminder that 30 seconds are up, 60 seconds are up, and your time's up, right? So three parts of it. Yeah. And what I want you to do is actually answer the question, yeah, right? Try and solve the question, use your notebook. If you're planning on using a calculator, guys, especially for today's session, if you are planning on using a calculator, let me tell you a few things about it, right? CAT does allow a calculator. It does not allow you to bring your own calculator. Khud ka calculator you cannot take inside the examination. In fact, you cannot take anything khud ka inside, right? So there will be a calculator provided, not a manual one, not a physical one, right? It will be an on-screen calculator, right? A calculator that will do the basic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and some of the complex calculations like reciprocal or percentage or square or square root, that it would do, right? Nothing beyond that. Yes. So that is the capacity of the calculator, number one. Number two, there is only one small disadvantage with the calculator. You will not be able to use your keyboard to operate that, right? Which basically means you'll have to use your mouse. Yes. You'll have to use your mouse, move around the calculator to start clicking buttons and get the calculation, right? I hope this is all cool and clear, right? Now what I'm going to do, yes, okay, wow, great, super, so much energy, and I did not see this, right? Okay, great. So are you guys ready? I'm going to put up my first question. The first question would be on the screen. Yes. Let me tell you a little bit about the first question. The first question actually does not deserve the 90 seconds it has, right? But the only disadvantage of the next question is that it's a non-MCQ. Yes, with the disadvantage that it's a non-MCQ one, which means there are no answer choices to help you understand if you're going in the right direction. Advantage of a non-MCQ question is what? That there are no negative scores, right? Which means in your actual CAT, if you come across a TITA or non-MCQ question type, all you have to do is try that question out. If it doesn't work out, right? If you're not able to get the answer in the given 90 seconds, you can very well guess and move on. The chances are extremely low. I understand the chances are extremely low. The answer could be any number, right? Yes. If it were integers between 1 to 100, there are 100 numbers, right? Which means your chances are 1 to 100. But still, if you want to play with those chances, you can very well go ahead and get, right? So are you ready? The moment I change the slide, right, I'm going to start the timer. Are you guys ready? Yes. All right. Let's start then. Here is the first question. Your timer is running. If you see bottom right corner, yes, the timer is started already. Have 90 seconds, real quick. The question is extremely easy. Just that there are no answer choice, right? And such an easy question was actually found in CAT 2017's first law. Yes. Read the question, understand what it is trying to say, and come up with the answer. Yes. Right, so there are a few new people here. Nikesh, hi Nikesh. You have doubts. You have doubts with what, Nikesh? Oh, मुकेश मेरा शक्ल आपसे मिलता है? That's strange. इतना अच्छा ठीक है जाने दो. That's strange, but you know what myth says, right? Seven people who look just like you. During this conversation, we actually forgot that the timer is running. Yes, you guys have not a lot of time left. Yes, just a few more seconds. Just a few more seconds. I'm not seeing answers coming in actually yet. Okay, answers have actually started flowing in. Very good. Vibhor, there's Dev, Nimisha, Balram. The messages were retracted both by Vibhor and Dev. Yes, okay. Balram, Riya, Shraddha, great. Super. Yeah, guys. So your time is up. Your 90 seconds you've spent successfully, right? But the level of success would define based on your answers. So start sending in your answers. Start letting me know that this is my solution to this question, and I'll help you solve this question if you have any issues or any doubts, right? Like I said, this question is extremely basic, very basic. Yes, all this requires is thinking. Yes, so if you can start thinking, right, all that you would need is that's it, right? Is think and basic calculation done. Yeah. Question 3 marks, 3 marks on your CAT score list, right? Already added. Yeah. Okay, so some answers are coming in. No issues, Balram. 13 seconds में क्या था, 30 seconds में क्या था, 60 में क्या था, 90. Because you've done this, right? 3 marks. 3 marks are already deposited in your account, right? 3 marks अपने खाते में आप add कर चुके हैं, right? If you've done it in less time, obviously you can, invest that time in some other questions, right? Which will again increase your chances of getting the right answer. Super. 945, Dinesh. Was a check. Acha, okay. You had made some mistake. Okay, no issues, no issues. Chaliye, let's try and read this question and understand what it is trying to say, right? An elevator has a weight limit of 630 kilograms, which means whatever is the total weight, right? Whatever is the total weight has to be less than or equal to 630. Correct? It cannot be more than 630 is what this is saying, right? Done. It is carrying a group of people of whom the heaviest weighs 57 kg, right? So heaviest कौन है? 57. So out of this total weight, right? One of them is 57 kgs. Actually, I don't even know how many people, right? There could be 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people who weigh 57 kg, right? That way, if I see if everyone weighs 57 kg, then there'd be, maximum what? Yeah, we could actually have 11 people that way also, right? Yes. Okay. Now, so even if everyone weighed 57 kgs, we'd still have 11 people, right? So anyone who said the answer is 11 is, is just by a gap of a hair, right? Just by the width of a hair, you actually, right? Now it says what the lightest weighs 53, which means one of these guys is also actually 50. Now it need not mean one, right? It could be any number of people who weigh 53, any number of people who weigh 50. The question is asking what is the maximum possible number of people in the group? What do we want? Maximum possible people, right? We want number of people to be maximum, not the weight. Weight can be anything. The number of people must be maximum, right? Which means what? If I want maximum people, I want the minimum weight, correct? Only then I'd be able to accommodate maximum people, correct? But what do I know for a fact? That one of them will surely weigh 57. Yes, so if out of 630, right? One of them weighs 57. Yeah. How many, what weight would be remaining here, guys? Quickly tell me. Yes, 5. Am I right? Yes, 573 kgs remaining, right? Now I want more people, not weight, more people. I want what? I want all people to weigh 53 kgs. Only then I'd be able to accommodate most. So 573 over 53 is what I have to do. Yes, to get how many people can be accommodated. Now you don't have to use a calculator to do this. You can look at, you can see this and understand that 10 times, right? 553 10 times is 530. Yes, so out of 573, 10 times, that is 530. If I remove, how much is left? 43. Okay. Is there anyone I can add more who is 43 kgs? I can't. Why? Because the minimum is 53, maximum is 57, which means this one guy, yes, and these 10 people. Correct? In total, I have how many people who can accommodate, who can be accommodated? Yes. Got it. Luckily, even if you, so this is just by luck, okay, this is sheer luck. If you consider all of them weighing 57, even then you can accommodate 11 people, right? Because 57, 11 times would be how much? 627, right? Still less than the limit, yeah. But yeah, any which ways, the answer is 11. If your answer is not 11, guys, your answer is not 11, then quickly check people who said 12 or people who said 10, please check. Great, a lot of answers have started coming. Superb, guys, amazing. So anyone who said 11, hats off to you. This is a very simple question, but if you manage to do this question and get the right answer, 3 marks already in the account, right? Which means you've already upped your score by, probably 2 or 3 percentile. Yes, great, super. Shaurabh, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for appreciating what we are doing. Thank you so much. And to be frank, you are also actually doing a great job, right? Okay. Balram, the thing here, right? The thing here, when you say, okay, sir, 57 and 53's average will also get me the answer, right? It will get you the answer, right? 55.5 will surely get you the answer. But the problem here, you know what the problem is? Not 55.5, 55, right? 55 will also get you the answer as 11. But the problem, there's a short problem here. Because this weight is 630, you were able to accommodate the average of 55 and 53 also. So if everybody weighs 55 kgs and one of them weighs 57, I can still accommodate 11 people, right? But the problem is what? Kyunki yahan 630 hai, it actually luckily came out to be right. Yes. But the right way of doing it would be what? One guy who weighs 57 and n minus 1 guys, right? One guy is 57, which means baki jo bhi hai, right? Remaining people would be n minus 1. So n minus 1 guy is weighing 50. Only then I'd be able to, increase the value of n, right? I want n to be maximum, right? N's value must be increased. Got it? Great. So this was a very simple question. This was a very basic question. And if you manage to get this question, congratulations, right? Now let's try to do the next question. Are you guys ready? Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Aju, thank you so much. And I guess Ria also earlier, reminded me, yes, to take a sip of water. So if you have not kept a water bottle next to you, you know what you have to do, right? Quickly run, get a water bottle, take a sip of water. Yes. Ruabza, fruit juice, anything, any liquid, right? Probably water. Yes. Hmm. So my next question, are you guys ready for the next question? Yes. Super. My next question is going to be up now. My timer is also about to start. There. You have 90 seconds, guys. The timer has begun. This is a question from CAT 2017. Yes. The question purely on average, right? Purely average question. Yeah. Let's see if you can quickly answer this. Thank you so much, Saurabh. That's the idea. The idea is to continue giving you what you need, what you require. Yes, superb, guys. Now, guys, if you have your eyes on the timer, right? If you have your eyes on the timer, we've already spent 60 seconds on answering this question. You only have 30 seconds left. Please keep reminding yourself that every second that you spend on a question, right? Every second that you spend extra on a question, you are actually ripping off the other questions deserved 90 seconds. Every question deserves 90 seconds, right? Do not try to, get used to spending more than that. Yes, we have just 5 seconds left, guys. Just 5 seconds left, and the timer has stopped. Your 90 seconds are up, guys. You have exhausted all your 90 seconds on this question, right? And answers have not yet started flowing in, right? Answers are not coming in yet, which means यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा हवा tight हो रहा है, right? This question is a little more complex than the others. Yes, quick, guys, quick. No one, no answers. Okay, Vibhor has finally agreed to give out some answer. Option C is what Vibhor says, right? So you might want to check the answer, right? Not the best answer out of the answer choices. How about others? Okay, now some answers are coming in, right? Anuj has sent it. Girish says 4. 4 kaise hoga? What they're asking is not the average score of the boys, guys. They're asking the increase, right? The increase in the average score of the boys. Nikesh, amazing, guys, amazing. Nikesh has the right answer. Yes, Nikesh, 9.5 is the right answer. Others, guys, others, quickly check, right? I can give you about 30 seconds to revisit the question, right? I'll try and explain what the question says. Okay, so a class consists of 20 boys, 30 girls, right? There are 20 boys, there are 30 girls. That's the strength of the class, right? So 50 people, done. In the mid semester examination, the average score of the girls was 5 higher than that of boys. Yes, the average score of the girls is what? 5 higher than that of the boys. Yes, which basically means average of boys plus 5. Correct? Okay. That's the idea. That's running in my mind. This is what my mind would look like when I read this equation. Okay. Now, in the final exam, so this is one case. In the final exam, however, the average score of the girls dropped by 3. So now what happened? It has reduced by 3. Yes, while the average score of the entire class increased by 2. So let's keep the entire class, right? All 50 people, it was A50, whatever. It has increased by 2. Okay, great. Now what do we have to do? We have to check how much has the boys average increased. Yes, if the girls average is decreasing, overall average is increasing, it basically means the boys average would obviously have increased, right? But by how much, I do not know. That's the unknown. Call it X. Yes, so now we can either start forming equations, right? Start using linear equations and start finding what the average of the boys was initially and how much as it. The idea here is to avoid using equations as much as we can, right? Equations may not be giving you the right answer every time in the given time. Right answer har waqt aayega, right? Equations can be blindly trusted, you will, but not in the given time, right? If you want the answer in the given time, what you have to do is keep in mind that there should be another way of dealing with it, right? I did my previous lectures, right? If you attended my 11th lecture or the 10th lecture, I've told in that the best way to dodge, the best way to avoid an equation or solving linear equations is with the help of allegations, right? So how about we solve this with allegations and not with the help of equations, right? Because equations is only going to get messy because we do not know anything, right? Everything is an unknown here. Yeah, so dealing with unknowns, very risky job. Yes, great. All right, so let's try and answer this question with the help of allegations. Okay, so what do we know for a fact? That in mid sem, right, the boy score is something, let's say X or something, right? Because you guys know, right, anyone who's been attending my class from the first day knows that I do not like this. Yes, in fact, the person also. Yeah, no, I do not like this letter. I do not like variables at all, right? I do not want variables in my equation. Sometimes in unavoidable situations, of course, yes, but then in most cases, I'll try and avoid it. Yeah, so I don't want a variable here. I'm going to start with an assumption. I'll assume that the average of the boys is 10. Why? Because there's no numbers given and I don't want to take a risk with too many unknowns, right? So I assume the number of boys are 10. Sorry, not number of boys. The average of the boys is 10. How many boys are there? 20 boys. Yes, keep that in mind. Okay. Now, what do we know? We know that the girls' average is 5 more than that. So if this is 10, this is going to be 5 more than 10. That is 50. We know there are 30 girls in the class. Correct? What else do we know? What else do we know? The average, right? Do we know the total average here, right? If you remember allegations, right? If you remember allegations, we can actually use the ratios to find out the average, right? What is the ratio? There are 20 boys and 30 girls. So can I say the ratio, right? The ratio would be what? 2 is to 3. Yes, the ratio is what? 2 is to 3, right? Now, what do I have to do? I have to find out the average of the total, right? Total kitna hai average? It has to be between 10 and 15. But since the number of boys and number of girls are not equal, it will not be 12.5. It will not be the arithmetic mean, right? Instead, what it would be? So, what would we do? This was told towards the end of the session yesterday, right? The difference here is what? 5, right? The difference here is what? 5. What is the sum here? 5, which means I have to split this 5 in 5 parts, which means each of it would be 1 part, correct? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 parts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. 2 parts should be given to girls, 3 parts should be given to boys. Why? Because that's how average works, right? The opposite, right? The opposite difference. These 3 would be given to the boys, these 2, or in other terms, I either add 3 to this, so 10 plus 3 would give me my average, or I have to subtract 2 from here. So 15 minus 2, 30. Either which ways, if you see my answer, my average is the same, 30. Yes. Now, I have actually spent a lot of time in explaining this to you, right? Splitting of the average, I've understood. I've actually spent a lot of time in explaining it to you. But when you do it, you should not take this long time, right? This calculation should happen mentally. Got it? 10 and 15, the difference is 5. Ratio is 2 is to 3, which means one part is 1 part, right? 1 part is equal to 1. Yes. So what do? Split that in a way that 3 parts are given to boys and 2 parts are given to girls. Yes, opposite ho gaya, right? So you either add 3 or you subtract 2. If you add 3, what do you get? 13. Or here, if you subtract 2, what do you get? Right? So now I know, based on my assumption, right? Based on my assumption that the average here is what? 30. Okay. So that part is done. Now what else is told to us in the question? In the question it is told that girls ka average drop ho jata hai in the final exam. Right? In the final exam what happens? Girls average drop. Yes. In the final exam the girls average drop and the total average increases. Yes. Ultimately there is some increase in the boys average. Right? So that's what is asked here. Yes. So boys average, let's say it increases by x. Now here I cannot assume क्योंकि x answer है. Answer I cannot assume, right? So x we will keep it as it is, right? What happens to the girls average? It reduces by 3. Yes, the girls average reduces by 3. So initially if it were 15 based on our assumption, now it will become what? 15 minus 3, 12. Got it? Sorry. Yes. So 10 plus x is boys average, girls average is 12. If I combine, what are they saying? Total, right? Total is 13. Hai na? What is happening to that? It is getting increased by 2. So 13 plus 2 will become my new average, right? So my new average now is what? 15. Got it? Now what do I have to do? I have to alligate. Yes, now I have to alligate. Let's alligate. If I alligate this, what do I get? 15 minus 12. If I alligate this, what do I get? 10 plus x minus 15, right? Is going to be more than this, right? Because average has to lie between these two, right? Between 12 and 10 plus x. So this is going to be more than 15, of course, right? So 10 plus x minus 15, or in other terms, what do we have? X minus 5. Yes, x minus 5. Now here, but what is the reality? Number of boys and number of girls, they do not change, right? Number of boys, number of girls, they cannot change. Average change हो रहा है, मतलब ये नहीं कि people also start change, right? The people are constant, 2:3, correct? Why? 20 boys, 30 girls, we already know. Yes. So if we look at the comparison, ये ratio भी correct है, ये ratio भी correct है, right? Both of these ratios are correct, which basically means what? यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? If two parts are equal to 3, which means one part will be equal to what? 3/2. Yes or no? Quickly tell me. Yes, yeah. And here, so what is happening here? 2 ko how do I make 2 as 3 into 1.5? Correct? Into 1.5, if I do, it will become 3. So here, what do I have to do? Into 1.5, it will become this. Yes, so 3 into 1.5 is what? 4.5, which means x minus 5. This particular thing is 3 into 1.5, which is what? 4.5. समझ में आ रहा है? Ultimately, what becomes x? Minus 5 goes to the other side. It becomes, yes. I understand ये question थोड़ा time consuming है, थोड़ा लंबा है, right? But this is the fastest way, right? The fastest way to answer this question would be this. Yes. If at all you use, if you rely upon equations, बहुत ही लंबा जाएगा, right? It'll eat up a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. You'd probably not want to continue also, क्योंकि इतने सारे unknowns, इतने सारे equations, no number is given, right? Clear? Super, super. Raj, this class is actual CAT questions. We are looking at questions from 2017 and 18 with respect to averages, mixtures, and allegations. तो ये वाला फिर से बताऊं? तो ठीक है, फिर से बता देता. I'll do this again, but only this one time, okay? थोड़ा सा try to focus, right? We've been learning allegations for almost averages, allegations for almost 2 days now, right? थोड़ा सा focus. I'll repeat this, don't worry, okay? I'll repeat this. I'll do this one more time, but then this will be the last time. और अजू, अच्छा अनुज ऊपर से क्यों जा रहा है? ऊपर से क्यों जा रहा है? ये allegations है यार. This we've been doing for so many, so much, so long, right? Okay, I'll do this again for you guys. Don't worry. Okay, right. So read the question. Read the question. क्या दिया हुआ है? For a fact कि boys क्या है? There are 20 boys. How many girls are there? 30 girls. Right? This is a fact. All right. This cannot be changed now. Right? This is fixed. Now what is told? Mid-sem में boys का average कुछ था. Girls का average was 5 more than boys average. Right? Which means if I consider the average of boys to be A, then girls average will be A plus 5. Yes, I do not want to get involved in more variables because there's already going to be one. So what do? Instead, I assume. What am I going to assume? I'll assume that the average of the boys score is 10. Yes, if the average of the boys score is 10, then what will become the girls average? 15. Yes, it all starts with an assumption that average of the boys is 10. Got it? And what is the average of the girls? Plus 5, 15. Yes, okay. Now what do I want here? There is another term used in the question, that is the overall average, right? Total average. Yes, total average I do not know. I have to calculate. On what basis can I calculate? The ratio of the boys and girls are given to me, right? There are 20 boys, 30 girls, or in other words, the ratio is 2:3. That's given to me. And I'll use this ratio, right? I'll use this ratio in such a way that I get a number here. Yes. Luckily, if you see, I'll just give you a quick hint, okay, how to do this real quick. यहाँ पे देखो, what is the difference between these two terms? 5 and 10. Difference is what? Sorry, 15 and 10. What's the difference? 5, है ना? Look at the sum here. Total parts कितने यहाँ पे? The dividing parts, right? Total parts कितने? 2 plus 3, 5 parts. This basically means ratio is the difference. समझ में आ रहा है? 2x is nothing but 2 here, right? Ratio is the difference. So 15 minus 2, if I do, what do I get? 13. यस एलिगेट कर रहा हूं मैं. Yes, so 15 minus 13 क्या है? 2. Satisfied, right? To check if the number that I have assumed is right, what do I do? यहाँ पे भी alligate करके देखो. 13 minus 10 is what? 3. Got it? So now what have I achieved? I have achieved the average, right? इसमें ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगना चाहिए. From now on, all this calculation when it happens mentally, it will not eat up so much, right? So average 13 clear. ये वाला part सबको समझ में आया नहीं आया ये बताओ पहले. First, give a confirmation if you understood one half of this. Quickly, guys. Quickly tell me how much have you understood here? Nikesh, a little patience, a little patience. We will go to the next question. Don't worry, right? I just need a little patience from your end so that everybody could be catered, right? Don't worry, don't worry. Let's go. Let's move on now, right? This part is clear. Super. Now what is given in the question? Question ध्यान से पढ़ना है. That's what is important, right? Question में क्या दिया हुआ है? That the girls average. So let me use another pen for this, right? The girls average, what happens? Girls average decreases by 2. Yes. Overall average, sorry, girls average decreases by 3. Overall average increases by 2. Correct? And boys average also increases to some extent. I do not know how much, right? अनुज 13 ही क्यों? अरे मैथमेटिकली क्लियर है यार. 13 इज द एवरेज. क्यों कैसे पूछ रहे हो आप? मतलब 1+1 2 ही क्यों वाला सवाल हो गया ये, राइट? थोड़ा सा ध्यान दीजिए यहाँ पे. ओके, नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन. व्हाट इज टोल्ड? Boys का average in the final test, boys का average increases by some value. I do not know that. That is what the question is asking, right? Girls average reduces by 3, so it becomes 12. 15 था पहले, 3 reduce हुआ 12 हो गया, right? I'm just following the suit of the question. That's it. Yes. And what happens to the overall average? 13 से 2 increase हो गया, which is 15. Yes. Now this will help me get what? This will help me get the average, right? So यहाँ पे सब कुछ change हो रहा है. This will help me get the ratio here, right? So let's find out the ratio. I know my answer. This 15 is between these two values, है ना? It's between these two values, which means ये 15 से ज़्यादा होगा. This will be more than 15. This will be less than 15. Yes. So 15 minus 12 is how much? 3. Yes. And 10x minus 15 will be how much? 10 plus x minus 15, है ना? 10 plus x minus 15 plus 10 minus 15 is what? Minus 5 plus x, right? So x minus 5 बन गया, correct? Minus 5 बन गया. Now, okay, I'll do it in the traditional method. What I've done here, right? This is the ratio that this particular equation is giving me. But actual ratio क्या है? Boys और girls का actual ratio क्या है, guys? 2:3, correct? Actual ratio is actually 2:3. Why? Because there are 20 girls and 30 boys, or the other way around. Sorry, 20 boys and 30 girls, right? That's fixed. We can't change that. है ना? So now what are they saying? They're saying 3 over x minus 5. ये ratio is the same as ऐसा these guys are saying, right? So what do we get? Take 3 on the other side, you cross multiply, you will get what? 9 would be equal to 2x minus 10. Correct? If I take minus 10 the other side, right? You have to be careful here. Minus 10 you're taking to the other side. So 2x will be what? Plus 9 plus 10. That is 19. This basically shows that x is what? 19 by 2. That is 9. Here I have, yes. If you are still not able to get, I think by now सबको समझ में आ जाना चाहिए, right? I have told it in the slowest and the easiest way, right? अब सबको समझ में आ चुका होगा, right? Can you guys quickly give me a confirmation if you've understood this? Thank you so much, Tarush. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that compliment. राज यार, राज 2 बार हो चुका है. इससे ऊपर अगर रिपीट करूंगा तो मेरे को आपके वहां पे आके करना पड़ेगा. I'll have to come to your place and then help you work it out, right? Don't worry अगर ये समझ में नहीं आया है, don't worry. Take your time. थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन पे टाइम दीजिए, right? Try to understand the question. फिर धीरे धीरे watch the video again. Yes, that will surely help you. If not, you can always ask me, right? Comments में drop करिए मेरे को. You can catch me on Telegram as well, right? अब तो मैं वहां पर भी available हूँ, तो वहां पर भी मेरे को पकड़ के आप पूछ सकते हैं, right? Got it? Superb, superb. अरे यार वापस 2/3 क्यों? देव 15 कहाँ से आया? अच्छा, आप एक काम करिए देव. You don't have to match with my pace. What you can do is watch the video again. एक बार फिर से देखोगे समझ में आ जाएगा, राइट? नाउ दिस कॉल्स आउट, इतना लंबा क्वेश्चन, इतना लंबा एक्सप्लेनेशन, दिस श्योरली कॉल्स आउट फॉर सम सेलिब्रेशन, राइट? जिस किसी के पास पानी नहीं है वो भी पानी पिएगा, राइट? अब पूरा देश पानी पिएगा. स्टार्ट ड्रिंकिंग वाटर गाइस. Oh, long question, right? But ये question, a question like this can actually, so if you use equations, यहाँ पे अगर if we had used equations, the intensity of equations, right? The intensity of the problem would have, doubled or tripled, because there'd be so many unknowns, right? So we've actually dodged a bullet, all thanks to allegations. Yes. तो सब लोग एक बार छोटा सा salute to anyone who came up with the allegations, right? छोटा सा salute to anyone who actually thought of allegations. Yes. Great. Okay. So that question is done. We have moved on now, right? Forget this question for now. Do not keep this in your mind for any longer, right? Because the next question will be up, right? अगला question आने वाला है. I want to again see the same energy that I saw before looking at this question, right? थोड़ा सा energy बताइए, थोड़ा सा fake भी चलेगा. Even if your energy is a little fake, it's okay, because sometimes placebo does help, right? If you do not know what placebo is or placebo effect is, placebo, you can always Google, right? An extra word that you can learn. Yes. चलेगा सौरभ, पानी पिया है ना, चलेगा. एक बोतल पियो, पूरा कैन पियो, nobody is going to question you there, right? Okay, chalo, the next question, right? Now we've spent a lot of time on this question. Let's look at the next question. Are you guys ready? Yes. Come on guys, come on, थोड़ा सा जोश, थोड़ा सा energy, right? हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं? We are actually solving CAT questions, right? So if you understood these two questions, दोनों एक ही question paper में था guys. Both of these questions were from the same question paper, which means by now you bagged 6 marks right now, right? You reserved those 6 marks for you, right? So next time if you get a question just like that, yes, what would you do? Not even need 90 seconds on this, right? क्योंकि इतना beautifully यहाँ पे we've solved it, yes. Superb guys, great. So आपका cooperation, right? I would need your cooperation. I would need you to be a part of this. Your contribution is extremely important here, right? So my next question, right? My next question is gonna be up here, and your timer has begun as well, right? Your timer has begun. 90 seconds on the clock. There is a simple question, right? This was found in the second slot, right? Slot 2 of CAT 2017. Very easy question, very simple question, right? You can actually answer this in about 30-35 seconds if you use the right method. Yes. Let's see if you can get the answer real quick. Yes, I'm hoping you would get the right answer. ये बहुत ही standard question है, right? Not even a complexified question. Usually what CAT does is it takes a simple question, बहुत ही हल्का, बहुत ही simple question, and then it tries to complexify, add some details, remove some details, right? थोड़ा सा उसको alter करके the question becomes so complex. Luckily this is not one of those. It's a very simple. Yes. If you're looking at the time guys, if you're looking at the time, you've already spent about 30 seconds, right? You only have 30 seconds, sorry, 60 seconds. You only have 30 seconds left. Yes. चलिए guys, quick answers आते रहने चाहिए. सुपर गाइस, ये एनर्जी अगर पूरा सेशन, पूरा until the test, in fact during the test अगर यही एनर्जी रही ना, तो कैट क्या कुछ भी क्लियर हो जाए. Yes. All right guys, your time is about to get over, right? And there goes, right? Time's up guys. मैं बेल बन जाता हूँ यहाँ पे, टिंग 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 टिंग, और बजर बन जाता हूँ, जो भी टाइम अप हो चुका है, right? Let's see if you have the answer. Yeah. Superb. Redox, is that your name? Redox? I don't know. Redox, आपका channel का नाम है, understand. Your answer is right. Amazing, Redox. The answer is C, 27:16. Superb. विभोर थोड़ा सा चेक करिए. Oh no, it is 27:13 actually. It's 16. 13. Answer is B. Check करिए फटाफट. Others also quickly check. Vijay, my aim is to complete the entire syllabus, right? पूरा यहाँ पे YouTube पे मिलेगा आपको. Yes. अगर पूरे से ज्यादा चाहिए, इफ यू वांट अ लिटिल एक्स्ट्रा, सर 100% से मेरा कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, मेरे को 110 वाली बात चाहिए, 150 वाली बात चाहिए, 200% वाली बात चाहिए, इन दैट केस यू विल हैव टू जॉइन द प्लस अकेडमी, राइट? सो Unacademy प्लस, yes, you'll have to take the subscription. Got it? Okay, so answers are coming in, right? Answers are coming in. Beautiful. How about others? How about others? Quick, guys, quick. Actually, question, let's try to read this question, right? This was in the second slot of 2017 CAT, right? So what we are doing right now, guys, anyone who's recently joined us, what we are doing right now is we're looking at the last 3 years papers, trying to identify the questions that they have asked basis what we have discussed, right? So look at this question. Yes, amazing, a very beautiful question. This here they're saying a bottle contains, right? So there's one bottle, bottle one, that contains mixture of milk and water in the ratio 7:2, right? Milk, water, 7:2, right? Yahan pe what you have to keep in mind, guys, is if you are actually talking about the same components or same elements throughout, right? Sometimes to confuse you, what they do is milk, water, right, in the first information. In the second piece of information, yahan pe they'll shuffle it. They'll say water and milk. So a lot of people fall for these kinds of silly traps, right? So don't be a victim of this. Thoda sa dhyan se padhiyega question. Read the question only once, yes, but then make sure you've read it completely. When I say completely, you should be able to understand the question and also be able to replicate it wherever possible. Milk and water, same ratio, right? Same components. Ratio is what? 9:4. Now they're saying what? In what ratio of volumes should the liquids in bottle 1 and 2 be combined to obtain a mixture of milk and water in the ratio 3:2, right? So let's quickly write this down, right? Bottle 1 yahan pe, bottle 2 yahan pe, right? What is told to us? Bottle 1 milk and water ratio, right? Milk and water ratio is what? 7:2. Yes, bottle 2 ka milk and water ratio is given to us as what? 9:4. Yes, okay. And what is told? They are combined in a ratio, right? In some ratio, that's what we have to find out. But the resultant, right? Let's call it B3. Yes, let's call it B3. In B3, what are they doing? The milk and water ratio is what? 3. Yes. Now you can actually go ahead. You can actually go ahead and assume some number here if you want. 7:1 पे कुछ value assume कर लीजिए. 9:4 पे कुछ value assume कर लीजिए, right? But the thing with assumption is you'll have to keep in mind that you have assumed, right? So the fastest way here, right? Equations, you can always go with equations, right? You can always go with, assuming. Yes, but the fastest way to deal with a question like this is what? Allegations, right? So what are the two things? If you can recall what I've told you yesterday, right? Not more than 24 hours it's been. Yes, I've told you something yesterday about allegations. What are the two things? Number one is what? Type. Yes, the quantities that you are comparing, it should be of the same type. Number two is what? The units. Yes. So when it's given to us, when it is given to us in terms of ratios, 7:1, 9:4, 3:1, when it's given in terms of ratios, do we know what is the unit here? It could be 7 liters is to 1 liters. This could be 9 gallons is to 4 gallons. This could be 3 kilograms is to 1 kilogram, or 3 meter cube is to 1 meter cube, because this is volume we're talking about, right? So the ratio could actually be anything. Yes, the units could be anything. So we cannot take a risk here with ratios, right? So to avoid this, right? So to avoid this risk, what do we do? Two things. One, we have to make sure the units are same, and two, we have to make sure the type is same. Here also, if you see, types are also not same, right? Milk, water kya hai? Cups. It could be 7 cups is to 1 cups, 7 cans is to 1 cans, anything, right? So type be same nahi hai, right? Milk, water, milk, water. So what we do? We stick to one thing. We either stick to milk or we stick to water, right? So what I suggest is let's stick to milk. Yes. So here, yes, out of how many parts is milk? Totally 7 plus 1 8 parts है, right? Totally 8 parts है, उसमें से milk कितना है? 7. Yes. और if you want we can also actually stick to water, थोड़ा सा easy रहेगा, right? बड़ा नंबर नहीं होगा, छोटा. तो कितना water है? 1 by 8. Correct? Do you agree? First bottle has water in the ratio 1 by 8. Correct? Yes. And how about the second one? How much water? Remember, we are only looking at water, right? 9 parts, 4 parts, totally how many parts? 13 parts. Yes. 13 parts में से water कितना है? Yes. And here, how about this? How about this? 3 parts milk, 1 parts water. So total water is how much in this case? Total 4 parts में से water is how much? Right? So now can we alligate? Check. Number one, type check करिए. This is water. This is water. This is water. Yes. This is concentration of water. Concentration of water. Concentration. और यहाँ पे यूनिट्स क्या रहेगा गाइस? यूनिट्स क्या रहेगा? वॉट एवर इज द यूनिट इट विल गेट कैंसल्ड आउट. 1 लीटर बाई 8 लीटर होगा, लीटर लीटर कैंसल आउट हो जाएगा, राइट? 4 गैलन्स बाई 13 गैलन्स होगा, गैलन्स गैलन्स कैंसल आउट हो जाएगा. तो यहाँ पे यूनिट्स का दिक्कत ही नहीं है. सो व्हेन वी स्टार्ट कंसिडरिंग कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, you don't have to worry about units because units are no longer existing, right? If you divide 5 centimeters by 2 centimeters, you are only left with 2.5 centimeter नहीं रहेगा. You get it, right? Similar logic. Yes. So type has been made equal, units have been made equal. Now all we have to do is alligate, right? So now 1 by 8, 1 by 4, 4 by 13 को alligate करना है in such a way that we get the ratio in whole numbers. यहाँ पे देखिए ratio are in whole numbers, right? So how many people do not like fractions? Quickly tell me how many people do not like fraction, right? I am someone who would rather use whole numbers than using fractions. Whole numbers are way better than fractions, है ना? Any which ways, if I were to subtract these two, right? If I were to subtract 1 by 4 and 1 by 8, मेरे को वैसे भी LCM लेना ही पड़ेगा. Yes, I can either take the LCM here or I can take it later, whichever way, that's up to me. Yes, यहाँ पे what do I know? Bottle 1 1 by 8, bottle 2 4 by 13 and bottle 3 1 by 4, right? 1 by 8, 4 by 13, 1 by 4. Yes. अगर LCM पहले नहीं लेना है, बाद में लेना है, so that's your choice also, right? So let's try and do it, not taking the LCM beforehand. Yes. So what do we get? 1 by 4 is the bigger value, of course. 1 by 4 minus 1 by 8 क्या होगा, guys? Yes. Can I write this as 2 by 8? So 2 by 8 minus 1 by 8 is how much? 1 by 8. Subtract कर रहे हैं. 1 by 4 minus 1 by 8 को subtract कर रहे हैं. 4 क्या हो गया? 9 है क्या? 9 है. क्या बोल रहे हो guys? 9 क्या है? ओके 7:2. अरे यार बहुत 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 ही धन्यवाद, बहुत ही धन्यवाद. राइट, सो डू नॉट मेक दिस मिस्टेक गाइस. यस, मैंने 2 को 1 के जैसे लिखा है, राइट? ओके, सो legibility also matters here guys, right? Do not write it properly. Yeah, obviously keep in mind to write it properly. It will be 2 over 9. Yes, अच्छा हुआ मैं एक फ्लो में था, बच गया, राइट? 2 by 9. Yes, great. Okay, so 2 parts over 9 parts मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ फटाफट. 4 parts over 13 parts, yes, and 1 part over 4 parts. या बाकी सब सही है, बाकी सब सही है. Okay, so let's continue then. Yes, let's make that change real quick. Yes, so now it actually makes sense for us to find the LCM beforehand, right? It's actually decent if we find the LCM beforehand. Sabka denominators will start making common, right? So we need the LCM of what? 4, 9 and 13. Yes, so if you see 4, 9 and 13, these are co-prime numbers, right? These are all co-prime numbers. इसमें से कोई भी common factor नहीं होगा, right? So what do you have to do? You have to take the LCM here, right? So 4, 9 and 13, right? So this will be how much? 52. 52 into 9 is what? 520 minus 50. Yes, which is how much? 4. 58. Correct? ठीक है चलो. रेशियो यहाँ पे क्या हो गया? 13 is to 4 is 52. Yes, 52 into 9 will be what? 52 into 10 minus 50, 468, right? यहाँ पे डिनोमिनेटर सब 468 हो जाएगा, बट यहाँ पे क्या करना है हमें? we'll have to multiply this, right? So what do we have to multiply? 9 already है, मतलब 4 into 13 multiply करना है. 4 into 13 is how much? 50, right? 12 plus 40, 52 है ना, right? 50. What do we have to do here? 13 is already there, which means 4 into 9, that's 36. So I'll have to try with 36, both numerator and denominator. And here 4 is already there, so I'll have to multiply what? 9 and 13, right? So 90 plus 27 is how much? 170. Yes, 117 by 100. So now what has happened? सबका denominator equal हो गया, right? सबका denominator is now equal to 468. तो वो cancel out हो जाएगा. What is left? 2 into 52, that is 104. 4 into 36, that is 72. 72 का double क्या हो गया? 144. And 1 into 117 is the same, 107. Yes, so now we can easily alligate this, right? ये थोड़ा सा LCM का चक्कर, sometimes LCM is could be an issue, right? There are multiple ways of dealing with this. You can also convert this into percentages if you want, right? 1 by 4 is 25%, 2 by 9 is 22.22%, 4 by 13 थोड़ा सा complex हो जाएगा. Yes, that is why to avoid that I didn't go for percentages. अगर ये भी थोड़ा easy number होता है, let's say 4 by 11, 4 by 10, 4 by 9, whatever, then we can easily deal with, right? Okay. So what's the difference? 144 minus 117 is how much? 27. Yes. And 117 minus 104 is how much? So what's my final answer? 27 is to 30. Yes. There's a small hiccup when we did this, right? What was the issue? I did not write it in a way I can understand, right? So do not make the mistake that I have made, guys, right? First admit the mistake that I have done something, right? And I'm going to let you know to not do this mistake, right? So question से जब कुछ copy करते हो, do not write it in a way that you cannot recognize. Yes. चलो ठीक है, great then, great. The answer is 27 is to 13. सबको आ गया? Yes, super, super. हाँ, ग्रेट. मैं थोड़ा सा फ्लो में चला गया था, राइट? फ्लो में आई मिस्ड आउट व्हाट्स हैपनिंग. यस, आप लोग यू केप्ट टेलिंग मी व्हाट द मिस्टेक आई वाज डूइंग, बट देन या, ग्रेट, सुपर. हीरो भाई, हीरो पूरा कोर्स कराऊं. I'll obviously do the entire course if you let me. If you let me do the entire course, I'll do the entire course. In fact, I'll come and write CAT for you also. Yes. Great. Saurav, if you are new, no issues, right? If you're facing any kind of difficulties in understanding this, I'd suggest you go through the previous lectures, right? And previous lectures, yesterday's and the day before, right? Lecture 11 and lecture 10, it was all about averages, allegations, and mixture, right? Okay. Is it time for us to take a sip of water now? Yes. Yeah. Take a sip of water. While you do that, forget whatever happened with this question, right? So you have to erase your mind completely so that you can focus on the next question. Aditya, the choice is yours. See, the choice is yours if you want to take LCM 3 times, right? I'll tell you 3 times where you will be taking LCM. The first LCM will be between 2 by 9 and 1 by 4. Yes, I'll count it out for you if you want, right? 1 by 4 or 2 by 9 का पहले LCM निकालना पड़ेगा, which is 36. Yes, and you'll have to change the numerator, denominator, all of that, right? And then 4 by 13 or 1 by 4 के बीच में another LCM you'll have to take. Yes. Now when you do this, यहाँ पे आपका denominator होगा 52. यहाँ पे your denominator will be 36, which means again you'll either have to take LCM or cross multiply, right? So what is better, taking LCM thrice, right? Taking LCM 3 times or taking LCM once? है ना? Once is better, right? एक बार में पूरा कैलकुलेशन खत्म, मेरे को अब डिनोमिनेटर का चिंता ही नहीं है. I don't have to worry about denominator. I've removed it from the equation, right? Yes. Super, great. Deepak, it could probably be because of the internet. Could be mine, could be yours also. थोड़ा सा check करिए. If you want, you can. Yes, if you want, you can refresh also, right? Try to exit and join back. Yes. Great. Can we do decimal? Anuj, हाँ decimal कर सकते हैं ना. Why can't we do decimal? We can surely do decimal, right? So if you were to do decimal here, right? What would you do? Decimal के लिए, right? I'll use another pen. Let's say white. For decimal 2 by 9, if I were to write, what would it be? Yes. So 2 by 9 will become what? 22.22 in terms of percentage or 0.2222, right? So ये पहला first issue will be what? This 0.22222 का issue हो जाए. कहाँ पे stop करना है, right? Because this will obviously matter when you take the difference. Yes. 1 by 4 का simple है 25% और 0.25 ये easily कर सकते हो. 4 by 13 का क्या करोगे? Right? So there also you will get stuck, है ना? So that's the reason why I said this. Now, one thing actually we could have done, right? Something that we could have done is we wouldn't even, we didn't even want this part. Yes, ये वाला part हमें करने की भी जरूरत नहीं थी, because answer choices में सब जगह 27 ही था, right? First part was all 27. But since these are fractions and whatever is in the denominator here, right? यहाँ पे जो भी है denominator में, it would have mattered. That's why we dodged, right? Super. Rick, hi. What is your question? Are you asking me how I'm doing? I'm doing amazing. Rick, thank you. Okay, the next question is on the screen, guys. The next question हमने already बहुत सारा time spend कर दिया. The next question is on the screen. This was also in. अच्छा, timer start कर दिया. I've started the 90 seconds, right? This question was also found in 2017 second slot, right? और ये question भी थोड़ा सा हल्का सा, not much, but a little complex. This can actually be answered very easily if you understand the question, right? Question samjhiye and this answer is done, right? You easily have the answer. Yes, great. You spent 30 seconds, right? By now you should have understood the question and have had a plot in mind, a plan in mind. How do you want to answer this, right? All right, Deepak. All right. So if your problem is resolved, then yes, guys, 30 seconds left, guys. 30 seconds left. By now, आपको answer आ जाना चाहिए, right? You should have had the answer. Yes, if you still do not have your answer with you, you still have about 20 seconds left to find it. Yes. Come on, guys. A little increase in the pace. Yes, your time is about to get over. You have just 5 seconds left. That is also done, right? Your time is up. Like I said, this is a wee bit, right? A little complex. Only if you do not understand the logic, right? If you do not know what to do with this question, तब थोड़ा complex है. Otherwise, ये बहुत ही. This is a very easy question, right? In fact, you should be lucky if you get one of these questions in your CAT, right? That will be the best day of your life, your luckiest day of your life, right? Superb. So answer Anuj ने दिया है. Anuj's answer is 28. थोड़ा सा गलत है अनुज, right? Try to rectify that. The answer is not 28. थोड़ा सा try करिए. Aju, Deepak, आप भी you guys are also following the same, right? 28 is not the right answer. They're asking the average height of the remaining 20 toddlers. Yes, they're saying there are 22 toddlers their average increases by 2 inches when two of them leave the group. When two people leave the group, their average actually increases. If the average height of these two toddlers is one third of the average height of the original 22, right? Original 22 का जो भी average था, उसका one third is these two guys average. They're asking what is the average of the remaining 20 toddlers. Vibhor, your answer is right. Girish, your answer is right. 32 is the right answer, guys. Amazing, amazing. 32 is the right answer. Yes, super. ये question थोड़ा सा challenging है, just based on the understanding of the given information, right? Information एक बार if you understand it, right? Once if you try and put in a little extra effort and understand the question, तब this is very simple to answer, right? हीरो, एक काम करो हीरो, आप पैसे दे दो, मैं पैसे देके आपको पूरा कोर्स, आपको फ्री में नहीं चाहिए, आप पैसे दीजिए, मैं पैसे देके आपको कराऊंगा पूरा, राइट? Srushti 26 is not right. Case 30, if you say answer is 30, then you have missed out on a little information, a very small information. 30, ladies and gentlemen, is actually a trap answer. Yes, 30 would be your answer if you have partially solved it. Yes, if you have misunderstood what the expectation of the question. Yes. ठीक है, चलो, let's try to understand this question, right? So there are 22 toddlers, right? There are 22 people initially, right? There are 22. Yes, their average increases by 2 inches, right? Their average increases. So these guys average increases by 2 inches when two of them leave this group, right? So when two people are removed from this group, right? So whatever is the average here, ये यहाँ पे 20 students, right? 20 toddlers. So when these two guys leave the group, right? When these two guys leave the group, what happens? Their average increases by 2. If I were to assume this to be, let's say, A, then this would be what? A plus 2. It increases by 2, right? If the average height of these two toddlers, in dono ka average is also given as what? One third of the average height of the original, right? One third. The original is A, one third of A would be their average height. Yes. What are they asking? What is the average height of the original 22? Yes, sorry, no. What is the average of the remaining 20? Allah, with the help of allegations, I have to find A. But what I actually, need here is A plus 2, right? So if you made this mistake, do not repeat this, guys. If you already made this mistake, do not, right? ये part आपको समझ में आया नहीं आया? Do you understand this logic? Yes. This is the average of two people. This is the average of, this is the average of 20 people. This is the average of two people. This is the average of 22, right? Average यहाँ पे नहीं दिया हुआ है. I cannot assume the average because that's what is given here, right? ये हमारा आंसर है. I can either start with an answer assumption, reverse engineering अगर करना है कर सकते हैं, right? But I'd rather not have you do that because there are 4 answer choices, right? And anything could be the answer. Clear? So what do we know here? We know that average, I'm assuming average of 22 people to be A, then 20 people based on this, right? It increases by 2 inches. 20 people would be what? A plus 2, and 2 people is given as what? One third. One third of the original 22. 22 ka A hai, which means 2 people ka A by 3 ho, right? Now I have to allegate this, right? I have to allegate this. Yes. What do I know for a fact, guys? This is 20, this is 2, correct? Ye ratio to fixed hai because I know there are 20 people here and 2 people here. N1, N2 is fixed, or I can write it as 10:1. Yes. But what is the difference, right? What is the difference? Yes. So you tell me, A by 3 or A, which is bigger? A is bigger, right? So A minus A by 3 is how much? 1 may say 1/3. If I remove, what is left? 2/3, right? So 2/3 of A is left here. And what is here? A plus 2 minus A, which is how much? 2. Yes. You get it? A plus 2 minus A is how much? 2. Yes. So now the reason why I kept this here, right? The reason why I kept this particular thing 20:2 क्यों रखा मैंने? क्योंकि this actually helps me answer this real quick, right? यहाँ पे रेशियो क्या है? 2 parts का 2 parts ये सही है, right? ये रेशियो कंपेयर कर रहे हैं, right? This is the ratio given in the question. This is the ratio we got based on allegations, right? The ratio we are comparing. 2 ka 2 correct hai, which means 2/3 of A will be what? 20. Yes, so 2/3 of A, if it is 20, yes, A का value क्या हो जाएगा? पहले ये cancel हो जाएगा, ones and tens. A's value is what? 30. Here. Yes, now anyone who got excited prematurely, right? पहले excitement और 30 मिल गया, 30 मेरे answer choices में भी है, मजा आ गया सर, CAT तो मैं ऐसे clear कर लूंगा, right? This is the trap. What is the trap? They do not want us to find the value of A. They want us to find the value of A plus 2. Yes, ये वाला part answer. If A is 30, A plus 2 will be how much? Got it? So what's my right answer, guys? The 32. Here. Yes. We both. Yes, you can obviously let go of answer choices based on that. Yes, but you will still be left with two, right? Nikesh, you got the answer as 30 because the question here is asking what? The question here is asking for 20 toddlers. That is not A, that is A plus 2. What you got is this 22 people ka average. What we want is this average. Got it? Yeah. Yes, guys. Any confusions here? Any questions here? Anything that you would want to, reconfirm with this question? This is a very simple question, guys. Very simple question, right? Wherever you have the word average or any indication of the term average in a question, always keep in mind that you can always rely on allegations, right? Allegations zindabad. Yeah. इक्वेशन से भी सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. वी कैन ऑल्सो सॉल्व दिस विद इक्वेशंस. इक्वेशन में क्या करेंगे? विल कंपेयर द सम. यस, so here average is A, sum will be what? Number of people into A, that is 22A. Yes, here what will be the sum? Average is A by 3, so 2 people 2A by 3. Here the average is what? A plus 2, 20 people, which means 2A plus 40. इन दोनों को ऐड करेंगे तो ये आना चाहिए, A का वैल्यू मिल जाएगा. लीनियर इक्वेशन है, A का वैल्यू मिल गया तो A plus 2 भी मिल जाएगा, राइट? You can always stick to equations आपका last resort रहना चाहिए, right? If no other shortcut, no other logic, no other strategy is working, rely blindly on equations. क्योंकि अगर ये solve करना ही करना है, if you think that नहीं सर मैंने बहुत कम question solve किए, मेरे को desired score नहीं आएगा, right? मैं ये risk लेने के लिए तैयार हूँ, right? I want to answer a question, right? तब equation से blindly you can go ahead, right? Yes, great, guys, great. Yeah, it is time. Yeah, it is time to take a sip of water, right? Yeah, cheers to it. तो पानी पी लीजिए, guys. Come on. You're spending so much energy. Actually, need to compensate for that, right? And there's no other liquid better than water. Yeah, great. Super. Are you ready for the next question now, guys? Next question, chalu kare, right? I'm gonna put up the screen, guys. I'm gonna put up the screen. Yes. Show me some energy. Show me some kind of a will, some kind of a motivation, sir. हाँ, अब तो continue करना ही है, right? Let's do one more question. Come on, guys. थोड़ा सा fake भी चलेगा, थोड़ा सा fake भी चलेगा. In fact, I'll be more glad if it's real. But then to continue with the momentum, थोड़ा सा fake, थोड़ा सा placebo भी चलेगा, right? Yes. Are you ready? Yeah. All right. So here is my next question. Here is the next question. Yes. चलो ये सब जाने दो. Right here, the next question. The 30 seconds have begun. In fact, I'll do you one better. वापस से start कर रहा हूँ, right? 30 seconds have started. Here is a question. Yes. if you look at this question, if you look at this question and it reminds you of something, ऐसे अगर लग रहा है कि सर इसका शक्ल कहीं सुनेगा लग रहा है, इसका आवाज कहीं देखेला लग रहा है, if you think that is the situation here, right? If you think that you've seen this question somewhere, this is actually a question that we solved in the profit and loss wala lecture as well, right? 2018 slot 1. This question is a combination of both mixtures and profit and loss. Yes. Correct, Balram. Correct. If you remember the question by heart and if you answer it, amazing. Yes. But if you've solved it, even better, right? You solved it even better. Guys, you have less than 30 seconds left now. Less than 30 seconds left. Saksham is saying 22. Yes. The only reply that matters to me from Saksham is that although the answer is wrong, I'm still happy that you attempted something. Yes. Your time is about to get over, guys. Yeah, you have not more than 2 seconds left. Yes. And there we go. The time is up. Yes. Can I see some answers coming in now? Balram's answer is here. अच्छे लाल अच्छे लाल बहुत ही अच्छा नाम है, बहुत ही beautiful name, अच्छे लाल. Your answer is C. Vibhor's answer is A. Saksham's answer is C. Dinesh's answer is A. Kesh A. Aju A. Anuj A. Yes, A is the right answer, guys. A is blindly the right answer. Yes, this is obviously the right answer. Yeah, there are multiple ways in which you could have dealt with this question, right? The one way in which we dealt with this question earlier, like I said, ये question हमने profit and loss में किया है, right? We've done this losses. The reason being what? There was some indication of profit, right? So you see profit of 10% is given. That's why we actually did this in profit and loss also. But if you remember the method that we used, right? The method that we used to do this question was using equations, right? So let's read this question. A trader sells 10 liters of a mixture of paints A and B, where the amount of B in the mixture does not exceed that of A. That basically means what? The amount of B should be either less than or equal to A. If the trader sells the entire mixture for 264 rupees and making a profit of 10%, guys, यहाँ पे selling price दिया हुआ है, right? Selling price is given as what? 264 rupees. आपके दिमाग में क्या चलना चाहिए, right? In your subconscious mind, you should actually be calculating what is the cost price, right? 10% किस number का अगर बढ़ाएंगे, of what number if I increase 10%, I get 264, 240 rupees, correct? So cost price is given to me as 240 rupees, yeah, of 10 liters. So cost price of 1 liter I can easily calculate to be what? 24 rupees. Yes. What else is known? What else is known? That the price of A, right? The cost of A is 8 rupees more than cost of B, right? So with this in mind, if we were to do this, with, equations, right? So selling price 264 is given. Cost price हम निकाल सकते हैं, which we've already done, 240 rupees for 10 liters. For every liter, it will be what? 24 rupees, right? This is what? A mixture of both A and B. है ना? So A 1 liter, B 1 liter. Why are we considering this? Because we want to make the price of B to be maximum, right? B का price maximum होना चाहिए. If B's price must be maximum, which means B's quantity should also be maximum, right? If B's quantity should also be maximum, which means these two should be equal, right? Quantity of A, quantity of B should be equal. Yes, do you get it? Yeah, तो यहाँ पे A का value we do not care about, A's quantity we do not care about, as long as it is equal. Yes, so if I put 1 liter of A and 1 liter of B, what would I get? The cost will be what? A plus B should be 48 rupees. Why? Each liter ka average is 24, so 2 liters ka will be 28, right? Sorry, 48. Yes, so A plus B is 48. What do we know about price of B? Sorry, price of A is 8 rupees more than B. So I just substitute that there, right? A ko I replace it with B plus 8. So what do I get? 2B plus 8 is 48, or 2B will be equal to 40. That gives us B to be 20. Yes. This is the standard method. Equations, linear equations banao, answer mil jayega, right? Linear equations is always your backup method, right? Nothing else works out. फटाफट से linear equations बनाओ, solve करो. Done? Yes. Now let's try and answer the same question, right? Let's try and answer the same question with the help of allegations. Are you ready? Yes. So here's the shortcut. What is given to us? Price of B is asked, right? Price of B is asked from us. Yes. Which we will assume is to be B. This is what we have to find out, right? We have to assumption nahi kar sakte, right? So let's consider it to be B. If this is B, then price of A will be what? 8 more than that, which is B plus 8, right? Now, what is the average price we got, guys? Average cost price per liter, 24 rupees, correct? 240 for 10 liters, per liter is 24 rupees. So the mixture ka average price is how much? 24 rupees. Now what would we do? Alligate it. Yes, alligate it. This and this we have to alligate it, right? What is known to us though? That they are equal. Why are these two ratios equal? Quantity of A, quantity of B are equal. Why? Because B ka cost increase karna hai. We have to increase the cost of B, which can only be done if their quantities are made equal. Yes, so equal quantities ho gaya. It basically means what? B minus 24, sorry, 24 minus B. The value has to be between these two, right? The 24 minus B would be this. And what would we have here? B plus 8 minus 2 plus 8. Yeah, B plus 8. These two values would be equal. Why? Because quantity is same, right? So now what do you get? Here, so if you want, you can take this entire thing here. This will become 48 minus 8, which is 40. Take this thing entirely there. B plus B, 2B. Become what? 40. Ultimately, B is how much? Yes. ये allegation से करोगे you can easily save up to 20-25 seconds, right? Equations बनाने नहीं पड़ेंगे, equations नहीं बनाने पड़ेंगे तो solve नहीं कर. Yes, superb guys, superb, amazing. Sania, yes, Sania. These are available, right? These are available after the live, time, right? Off live, you can also watch this, right? Balram, yes. So this was the end of the session, right? No issues, Sania. Saurabh, truly, man, truly, that's the exact term I would also want to use, right? So thank you very much, guys. Today we've actually seen questions not only from 2017 CAT but also 2018, right? I will see you tomorrow again at the same time, 6:30 p.m. If you haven't already, taken up, you've saved up an alarm, right? Set up an alarm already. Do it right away. Yes. What would you add in the alarm? Set it up for 6:25 p.m. Add my name, Amit Surana, and Unacademy CAT, right? Because that should actually remind you the face and also what you want to do there. Yes. Before leaving, guys, before leaving, thank you very much. If you are planning on creating a group, right, you can obviously very well do it on Telegram. We already have an existing group. Yes. The Unacademy CAT group is already there. All you have to do is download the Telegram app and type in this URL on your browser, right? The moment you do this, this will direct you towards the group. Yes, and you can easily join the group, right? Major thing about today's session, guys. Yes, the subscription. Yeah. So if you notice, we have already, completed 12 lectures today. 12 days have already passed, right? After 12 days, if you're still thinking, sir, I'll try to stick to this environment as itself, right? Where there's so much disturbance happening. Yes. Why would I want to stick to an environment where there's distraction, where there's, things that could actually impede or slow down my pace of learning? Yes. If you're looking for an environment, an ambience where you can actually do, learning, right, in a concentrated manner, so this is where you have to be, right? Apart from the usual live classes and interaction, right? Apart from this, here it will be even better since they'll be all focused people, right? The groups are all focused here, which means there will be more interaction happening with respect to what we are here for, right? CAT. Yes. Apart from that, leaderboard will help you understand where you stand, and test series and analysis, the extremely important part, right? Extremely important part of your CAT. Yes. Apart from this, you also have to know that you have to practice, right? Practice is also important. Yes. So to help you practice, these test series and these analysis will do a very beautiful job. Yes. And the best part about this particular subscription is that live doubt clearing session, right? Whenever you come across a doubt, all you have to do is click a picture, save it up, send it to me, or upload it, get answered live. Yes. For that, all you have to do is download the Unacademy's learning app, install it. Yes. Select the course, go for the subscription. If you look at the price of the subscription, guys, it's actually not too. It's something that you can actually shell out from your pockets to help you get, to help you achieve a more successful, future, right? So you're basically not spending the money here. This is an investment because its returns, right? ROI here would be extremely high. Yes. Before you pay for it, you can use this code Surana Live. Surana is my last name, Amit Surana. Surana Live, if you use, you will get discounts. Yes. Also, it will let me know find Unacademy's plus platform because of me. Yes. Thank you very much, guys. Before moving, before leaving, do not forget to like this video to let me know that you've learned something new today. If you made any mistakes in today's sessions and have rectified it because of me, hit like. If you've already known something but you had forgotten it, or you did not know this perception also existed for a question, do not forget to hit like before. Yes. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you tomorrow again at 6:30. Until then, good night. Have a great weekend. अजू अजू इंस्टा आईडी क्यों चाहिए? नाम डाल दो यार, अमित सुराना. आई डोंट इवन रिमेंबर माय इंस्टा आईडी. यस, यू कैन यूज माय नेम, टाइप इन माय नेम, that should be enough. I'm also there on Telegram. You don't need my ID. If you join the group, you can see my name Amit Surana right up there. You can always go ahead with that. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you very much. It was so nice talking to you today. Yes, I'm gonna catch you tomorrow around the same time. Yes. Bye bye.